Dom McGovern, welcome to The Truth in My Opinion.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, a pleasure. A pleasure. How are you?
I'm very good,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm sort of like slightly less sweaty than I would be on any given day over the last sort of 3 to 5 weeks.
Yes, it's been hell. But Dom, in this literal, like about 100 meters away from this literal sofa that we're recording from, it was literal hell yesterday.
Yeah, I was.
Because there was a huge fire in Walthamstow.
And are you allowed to dox yourself and say that you live in Walthamstow?
Yeah, it was madness. There was so much smoke. Had to evacuate.
Yeah, all the feral cats have gone missing.
Yeah, there are no more cats. I don't want anyone to think that means the cats have burned.
No,
I think the cats
sorry.
are fine. But they have really fucked
I was
off.
just before recording. I was saying that I haven't been here in a year, and there used to be like a colony of feral cats here. There was like an army of pregnant cats, and like as a feminist, I would never mess with them. I would never mess with their natural habitat, but they have gone missing, and I do think that maybe your cat's got something to do with that.
Dom, the question I ask everyone who comes on the podcast is: are you a newsy person?
Am I a newsy person? Well, I was up to date on the fire in Walthamstow, so if that doesn't tell you everything you bloody need to know. Am I a newsy person? I'm a newsy person. I think actually, for someone who sort of, I think I give off the impression that I'm quite thick, but I do think I'm quite a newsy person. Like most people of our generation, I get I get a fair amount of my news from social media.
Yeah.
I used to, before I was a stand-up comedian, I used to be like a bit of a freelance journalist, and I used to write for Novara Media.
Okay.
So I'm like a card-carrying, wielding lefty lunatic oat milk latte swigging Corbynista. Jorminista, yeah. Yo soy español.
Well, that's you sound incredibly newsy then.
I think so. I also like. I think again. I want to clarify that I listen to the Novara Media podcast. I listen to the Today program sometimes if I wake up before 9.
Fine. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. This is a bit like we had Hayley Morris on the podcast a few weeks ago, and she said she wasn't a newsy person, and then announced that she was a fully qualified broadcast journalist.
Oh, I'm not a fully qualified broadcast journalist.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I would say all. I think I know this for a fact. All of my articles for Novara, bar one, have been taken down because the information on them is like so out of date now. The only article I think of mine that's still up on Novara, the Novara website, is about Novak Djokovic from the 2022 Australian Open.
Okay, 2022 is quite recent.
Not that recent.
That's quite. I mean, what was the article about? What were you saying?
It was about the
score.
No, it was about the treatment that Djokovic got going into Australia compared to they have a similar sort of like imprisoning migrants in hotels kind of thing.
I see. Oh, was this when he was talking about not doing the COVID vaccine and things like that.
Girl, I can't remember.
Okay,
we're
gonna move on quickly before we get fact checked again.
No, but I was a journalist. If you want to look at my work, you can look at me. It's like it's stuff on Vice. It's like me being like ranking Boris Johnson's lockdown parties from least to most vibey. Like it's that kind of shit. So like, am I a newsy person? No.
No. I think we're agreed. No, actually, yeah. Thanks for the explanation.
No, but.
So, Dom, you have brought us 4 fantastic headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get into the meat of the podcast, what I want you to do is to deliver in your best newsy voice the headline you have brought for our Patreon subscribers.
The feral hogs ravaging America could come to your home next.
Okay, we've got a mixture there.
Yeah.
There you go. Feral hogs.
Feral
If you're interested in protecting yourself, or at least knowing when the next feral hog army is going to besiege your home, then you can head over to Patreon now and search for The Truth in My Opinion and subscribe. So, Dom, here we are. This is your news program. You've been placed in charge of the news. What I'd like you to do now is deliver your first headline.
An American masculinist in Paris gets rejected.
Okay.
And this is about Clavicular.
Clavicular, the 20-year-old kick streamer,
YouTube, self-described masculinist.
A masculinist.
Looksmaxxing influencer from the manosphere.
Okay, right. Well, So do you know much about Clavicular? Do you know? Why don't you I mean, I sort of know who he is.
Should we do a little?
Let's do a little biography for the listeners who may not be so familiar.
Okay, so Clavicular is his name is Braden something.
Yes,
He's
Braden Eric Peters.
Braden Eric Peters, a school shooter's name, if ever I've heard one. He is from New Jersey. I want to say.
He is from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yep.
He's a 20-year-old looksmaxxing influencer who rose to prominence early this year.
Yeah.
He sort of like does sort of 24-hour streams on Kick and YouTube, and he's known for bone smashing, where he gets a little hammer and smashes his cheekbones and jawline to try and make himself as physically attractive as possible. In it for looks, it's called looksmaxxing.
Yeah, so
looksmaxxing.
So this bone smashing thing is the idea is you create micro fractures right in your bone.
Yeah.
So it's like you can use a hammer or one of those exercise things, and it fractures your bone, and then resets in this sort of chiseled way. And he's a big proponent of this.
Yes.
So apparently, when he was 15, for his 15th birthday, he ordered testosterone.
Yeah.
And basically, since then, like you say, he's been a kind of a mainstream looksmaxxer. And anyone who's listened to one of our Thursday episodes will know that the concept of maxing is simply doing a lot of something. Right? Yeah. So
we've been breathe maxing as sort of our entire lives.
Exactly, breathe maxing our entire lives.
Lung expansion maxing.
Yeah, we're now podcast maxing.
We're podcast maxing.
So looksmaxxing, as you say, is the idea of making yourself as attractive as possible. And tell me about this actual story. So Clavicular, self-proclaimed masculinist, went to Paris.
Yes, yeah, an American in Paris, and it's So looksmaxxing, it's the blokification of body dysmorphia, I would say. So
yes.
If you can't man up and get an eating disorder, you have to smash your chin with a hammer. But he's obviously got an eating disorder as well. Which is sorry. I just to explain on Clavicular. If you haven't seen a picture of him, he's part of the manosphere. He's been pictured. He's gone to Israel, and he's hanging out with Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate and Nick Fuentes. He's heavily involved in the sort of right wing manosphere. But he's the twink representation for the manosphere. He could not look more, and I'm to be homophobic, archetypally gay. He looks like a Grecian twink. Do you not think?
You don't drag me into this.
No, let's drag you into this.
I'm watching you dig your own hole. Thank you very much.
I'm not digging a hole. I'm being factually correct. But you think of the manosphere. You think the Louis Theroux documentaries. Yeah. They're all these sort of testosterone roided up kind of muscle men taking so much testosterone that their hair has gone from all of the bulging veins in their head. But Clavicular looks like. If you he looks like he would have been getting dicked down by Aristophanes 2,500 years ago.
But this actually is a sort of a kind of weird theme of the manosphere, though, isn't it? When Louis Theroux did his manosphere documentary,
yeah.
So many people. There was this online discourse around the fact that these men are. They're quite a lot of them are quite clearly gay men. They just spend their day.
Yeah. I don't even know that they're gay men. It's just that it is purely for other men.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, that's actually a good.
I don't know whether they have attraction to men. They seem sort of like incredibly muscular eunuchs to me. Almost they're deeply sexless creatures.
Well, this is sort of actually leads us perfectly into Clavicular's debacle, because like you say, that idea of them doing it for other men makes total sense. And Clavicular basically went down a street in Paris, live streaming, attempting to showcase how attractive he was and how many women he could pick up. Right. Yeah. And he picked up a grand total of
zero. Oh my God, he would have been doing so well if he'd gone to the gay clubs, but he doesn't want to do that. He went to France, and this is why I know it's a sort of it's the British pastime to sort of hate the French, but their sort of general disposition of disgust is so fabulous in this context.
Yes,
because it's this guy whose whole thing is he's looksmaxxing to get as many females as he would say.
Yes.
I think they call them foids, female androids, which is
oh my God,
so gross and pathetic and also nerdy.
Yeah,
it's so lame.
Yes. Well, again, I don't want to keep hammering home the fact we've got a Thursday episode, Dom. Hammering home our chiseled chins.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
But are you aware that looksmaxxing comes from Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
The idea of maxing. So it's like character. You max your character with certain characteristics. So it comes from Dungeons and Dragons, then through via incel culture, now through to Manosphere. So actually, it makes total sense.
And how do you know that?
Yeah, here I am with my broken jaw. What gave it away? So yeah, it's no surprise whatsoever that foids is a nerdy thing.
Do you know? Yeah, it evokes the same people. Like, when you like, it seems like the people who like learn Elvish so they can more like engage more with the Lord of the Rings universe, or like know the history of Star Wars as if it's like the actual history of the world. Like that's what that evokes to me. And the way that they talk about women is so like both dehumanizing and loserish that it's no wonder that all of these confident, beautiful French women watch this self-aggrandizing, boring twink walk down the streets of Paris and go, no, it is not for me, thank you.
There was a brilliant response where, like you say, the French, out of probably any nation, do indifference and rudeness better than anyone else.
Perfectly.
And apparently there was, on one of the clips he did, where Clavicular went up to a table of these two women in a cafe, and this article was saying they delivered like the most sort of French insult, which was, enjoy France, enjoy Paris, thank you very much, enjoy, have a nice time, enjoy Paris. Apparently that is like maximum French insult. If you're told to enjoy Paris, you've put your foot in it.
It's like being us. It would be like someone coming to visit London and us being like, I think you'd really like the London Dungeons. You seem like someone who would really enjoy the London Dungeons.
Enjoy the London Dungeons.
Have a next Shrek's adventure on the South Bank. Have you heard of Buckingham Palace? You would like it. The changing of the guard.
This is a fantastic French. You speak French?
No, but I used to have
brilliant.
a Thank you so much.
That's
thank you.
Such a good
thank you, casting directors, if you're listening.
Dom, thank you so much for that first headline. Could you please now deliver your second headline?
Has evangelism ended Brazil's football joy?
Okay, this is a World Cup story.
World Cup.
As we discussed before we started recording, there will now be, if you're listening to this as you will now, because it will be released after the World Cup, there has been a winner of the World Cup.
Yes.
So
we are recording before the semi-finals.
Before the semi-finals, exactly. But while everyone's celebrating whoever's won the World Cup, this is a World Cup story that I don't think enough people are aware of. Do you want to tell us what it is?
So there is So Brazil, obviously, kind of synonymous with football in my mind still, as a sort of like, a jobbing homosexual with a passing interest once every 4 years in international football when the stakes are high enough for me to care.
Yes.
I thought of Brazil as still like one of the top flight footballing nations. They actually haven't won a World Cup since 2002.
That's right.
There's been kind of ups and downs in the sort of politics of Brazil since then. Brazil, primarily still a Catholic country, but it was 80% Catholic in 2002.
Yes.
55% Catholic now.
Yes.
And their fall in the rankings of skill in the footballing sphere, I'm getting through it, please, is being blamed by some of the fans on the team moving from a majority Catholic cohort to a majority neo-Pentecostal evangelist cohort.
It sounds mad.
Does that make sense to you, fuckers?
It sounds mad, but this kind of conversation began as a single tweet when Brazil got kicked out by Norway, and then some account posted on, in this article it says Brazilian social media, but I imagine that's just social media
in Brazil.
In
Brazilian Portuguese, sorry.
And basically, this post said something along the lines of, where is it? Oh, it said, this post said, Brazil was better when its players were womanizers, drunks, and slightly out of shape. In other words, when they behaved like Catholics. Protestant evangelical sterilization has ruined their samba.
Make Brazilians sexy again.
So what?
Lula, you have one job.
So, I mean, it sounds sort of bonkers, but can you talk us through what people are saying in terms of the logic as to why some people now are saying the reason Brazil isn't as good is because there are fewer Catholics in the team?
Yeah, because Catholicism is sexy, and if you can't comprehend that, then you're not. If you can't comprehend that immediately and instinctively, then you are not necessarily going to go along with this. But I would implore you to. I would implore you to not think about the stereotypes about global Catholicism and think about like the sort of Catholics, the famous Catholic nations, Ireland, Italy, Brazil, Portugal, Spain. Sorry, fuckable. Who are not sexy people? The Germans. That's where Protestantism, the English.
Yes.
We're a ham-faced group of people, the English, and it's not, and that is because there is a lack of Catholicism, I would say. We're all descended from Henry VIII, and he was chopped as fuck. He was shagging, but not well enough to keep a wife down.
Well,
that's nothing to do with the football.
That is not what I asked you in any way. How did we get to Henry VIII looking chopped?
Well, he was. He got chopped after he converted to Protestantism. Anyway, so neo-Pentecostal evangelism, there's this huge focus on like exalting God and like it's not like your run-of-the-mill English Protestantism.
Yeah,
it is like kind of the evangelism is this kind of like mega church ecosystem. There's like all of this exalting God, like devoting your time to God and your relationship to God, and like God is in control of your destiny, everything to God, God's plan. Whereas Catholicism, like in the 2000s when Brazil were at their, or like the 90s and 2000s when Brazil was at their height, you know, the Ronaldinhos, this again, my understanding, I've consulted my heterosexual brother for this section, but I can only report secondhand. Is that like they had this like fluid style of play. There's this word for it in Brazilian Portuguese I forget the name of, but it's like basically like the tricks, the sexy, the sort of like dancing style of play that they used to have is all gone.
Yes.
And it's all sort of like rigid and boring and not like connected. There's a lack of sense of community.
Yes.
In the style of football that they play, the old style of football that the Brazilians played. Not all of them were from favelas, but they called it like favela style football. It was like this sort of like street football, this community football. They like came up from the streets, even if they were like more middle class or whatever. It was a sort of community aspect to it, in the same way that like I'm told that South London football it's like cage football. Like there's like a style of play, that doesn't really exist anymore. And I think that maybe the fans are sort of annoyed by that, because the neo-Pentecostal evangelism kind of thing feels like an imported thing that hasn't grown organically in the way that they would want their team that they are connected to represent.
Yes. So this Pentecostalism is a bit like a sort of American import, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like basically there are 20 of the 26 players in the Brazil team were now evangelicals.
Mm-hmm.
And as you
like
said before,
Neymar
is one, yeah, and
he's
so
a big one.
He's the big one. But basically, what they're saying, what these people are now saying, is that actually this Pentecostalism is more about, as you said, Dom, you know, the harder you pray, the maybe the better the outcome in your life, because God is in charge. God rewards you for your kind of fealty to Him.
Exactly.
What that means, they're saying in a football context, is that people are trying less. So they're like, well, you know, if I miss this penalty, that's God's will.
Yeah.
Whereas they're on Brazilian social media, they're saying actually the Catholics are a bit more like, it's all about Catholic guilt, and you don't want to feel that guilt, so you try your hardest.
Well,
and you really, you know, you're flying around the pitch. Whereas evangelicals are like, hey man, whatever, God wills it.
Yeah, but they're not kind of hippy dippy like that.
No, they're not
like,
hippy dippy.
They're like
serious.
When you see like a video of like a mega church where they're doing acrobatics and baptizing someone in like a giant swimming pool. That's evangelical, and I think that's sick and twisted. I grew up Irish Catholic, so I'm well versed in shame and guilt. I think that like if you have a passing interest in religion, maybe the difference between like Catholic and sort of other forms of Christianity is that Catholics, maybe in like the 14th century, invented this thing called purgatory, which is basically your get out of jail free card. So like an evangelical will believe in heaven and hell, like, oh, glory to God every day of every minute. Like they're waking up. They're those people doing like social media videos of them waking up at 5 a.m. doing like a 20k run and then doing an hour reading the Bible. Purgatory is where you go after you die. It's not hell, because you're not bad enough to go to hell. You just got to work off a couple of centuries in purgatory, then you get to go to heaven and you're forgiven from all the shagging and the drugs. And that's the approach that the 2002 World Cup winning side had. They were like sinking pints before the fight, you know, like they were having a laugh with it. It was like a sexy element to it. And now there's like a reaction. I saw a tweet from Brazilian social media which was translated as, if we pray like a gringo, we play like a gringo. Sorry, bars. Oh. That's sick. That is sick.
But the thing is, this story on the surface sounds like it sounds like one of those things that you're like, oh, that sounds quite clever and well thought through, and maybe there's a truth in that. But it has to be bullshit. The only majority Protestant country that has ever won the World Cup is England. Once.
Yeah.
Which makes the other 21
Twice by the time this goes out. Come on, Scamino.
Yes,
Scamino.
Yeah, he's coming on.
Scamino.
We should say that, actually. Yeah, if England have won the World Cup, which obviously I definitely thought was going to happen. Everyone thought was going to happen.
Hey, we're recording this the day before England face Argentina in 2 days before England face Argentina in the semi-finals.
That's right.
And I just want to say, if we lose to Argentina, I'm going Falklands.
but
I'm going Falklands. Get me that scuba suit. I'm digging up the Belgrano and I'm going to war. I'm sailing to Messi's house in Miami and I'm firing a gun.
I'm now feeling less confident. Argentina Catholic.
Well, the less we say about the corruption in FIFA, the better.
Dom, could you please now deliver your third and final headline?
Coke, ketamine, and kitchens. Is A.A. Gill's son a chip off the old block?
Okay, this is an interesting one, because what you've brought here is a review.
Yes.
Of a book.
Yes.
Written by the son of a journalist who is dead, but very famous. His less famous son has written a book, and you've brought me a review of that book.
Yeah, and if that was too difficult for you to understand, you're going to hate the previous 40 minutes of recording that we've done.
Do you want to talk me through what this story is?
So, A.A. Gill's son has written a memoir. He is a chef rather than a restaurant critic, and it's about his sort of journey to sobriety.
Yes.
Because he was a drug and alcohol user for many years,
yes.
And now he's sober. And it was a not a particularly well reviewed book in the Telegraph or something. Okay, and I have to come clean. I can only apologize. The previous two stories, what do I know about? Body dysmorphia and sex ish. What I don't know about A.A. Gill, and I initially sent producer Becky this story thinking it was about A.A. Milne's son. I thought it was so funny that the creator of Winnie the Pooh's son had a coke and pills addiction. I thought, oh my God, that's hilarious. Winnie the Pooh's.
Excuse me. At what point did you realise this wasn't about A.A. Milne? When I just spoke to you?
No. When I actually read the article, 24 hours after I sent it to Becky, I was like, that's so funny. I was like, oh my God, imagine what are all the because all of the characters in Winnie the Pooh kind of evocative of a different type of drug. Like Tigger is coke. Like Eeyore is heroin.
So you thought in this world A.A. Milne had written a book where all of the different characters embody the different drugs, and his son had read that and then decided to try all of those drugs.
No. I didn't think the conspiracy went that deep. That's on you. No, I just thought I read A.A. Gill, and I then my brain interpreted that as A.A. Milne, and then when I read the article, I was like, oh no. That's really different.
Well, you're in luck, because I'm a fan of A.A. Gill.
Yes, well, I went for a wee. I went for a wee, not a poo, before the recording.
We need a poo.
We need a
Get Winnie the Pooh out of your mind.
Literally like, oh, Piglet. Is it? Oh, Piglet. Pass the bag, Piglet.
Pass me another pill, Piglet.
Eeyore being like,
I think I need to go to a rehabilitation program. Eeyore's just on a massive come down.
yeah.
Cheer up, Eeyore.
Tigger's like, we can start a business.
It's like Breaking Bad. But yes, I'm a fan of A.A. Gill.
You have his book
I have
in the toilet.
His book in the toilet. Have you ever read A.A. Gill?
No, I've not.
So I think this story, to try and rescue it from the complete destruction that you've wrought on it, Dom, is
oh, Piglet, that's not a fair assessment.
So A.A. Gill, like you say, restaurant critic, he was an alcoholic until he was 30, and then he became sober. And he's an incredible writer, quite horrible man. He used to be married, believe it or not, to the former
Tory
Home Secretary
Amber Rudd.
Amber Rudd.
Y'all remember the Windrush scandal?
Yes, exactly.
Y'all up to date on the Windrush scandal?
So this is exactly it. Amber Rudd had to resign over the Windrush scandal. But basically, A.A. Gill made an incredible career as a restaurant critic and television critic.
Yeah.
Being really quite mean.
Acid, barbed.
Exactly. And Louis Theroux talks about how A.A. Gill had given him a review of one of his documentaries and had just really been very mean about him personally. But the thing is, Poor Me is an incredible book about his alcoholism. And his son has now written a book that is basically the same sort of book.
Yes.
So I think what we're looking at here,
heightened. It's a 21st century version. Like alcoholism of the 90s is now the Coke and Ket.
The Coke and Ket
of the 20s.
Yeah.
But the thing to mention is that A.A. Gill's son, who's written this book, is a chef.
Yes.
And sorry, if you were to tell me the two qualities of person, if it would say like, who do you think is most likely in the world to develop a cocaine addiction? I would say chef and son of Tory minister.
Yeah, that's true. Yes,
that's the two types of people who get a coke addiction.
That is exactly it. But basically, I think this is just a son, trying to recreate he's sort of living in the shadow of his father.
Yes.
He's tried to recreate the book that his father basically read. I mean, there's a slightly more kind of nicer sort of take on it, which is, Adrian, he's called Adrian Gill.
No.
Alistair, sorry.
Alistair. Adrian is A.A. Gill.
Adrian is A.A. Gill. So Alistair, the son, is he after A.A. Gill died, read Poor Me when he was in rehab. And I think so this is a sort of a son's ode to his father by writing a book that is nowhere near as good as
According to the
book.
Telegraph.
According to the Telegraph. Well, they said one of the criticisms in the Telegraph about it was they said he was very verbose. He used a lot of words, but
that's a generational taste thing. I think like the primary form of communication for our generation is kind of like extremely diaristic.
Yes,
verbose wording of things. That's you've got your Taylor Swifts, you've got your Olivia Rodrigos, you've got even in the in my opinion higher brow version of that, the Lana Del Rey's. It's like an extreme diarist. It is communicating in like a extremely almost overly honest way.
Yes.
In a way that sort of seems like an objective tale of something, but is obviously completely subjective to your experience.
Yes. So can I read you an example? So this is a line from his book. He said, this is on passing out in a strip club. He said,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby. He said, I opened my eyes to find myself on the sticky carpet of Cork's most aromatic gentleman's establishment, which boasted both the overwhelming stench of mildew and abandonment issues. The cab stank of regret and cut-price Prosecco, the kind they clearly give for free in the private rooms. It's a little bit...
It's a little bit like, yeah, the cut-price Prosecco they give in the private rooms. No one's ever used the phrase cut-price Prosecco.
No.
Prosecco, cut-price Prosecco. You can't even say it. Like, it smells of mildew and abandonment issues.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
bit slam poetry.
It's a bit
sort of privileged slam poetry.
Yeah.
Well, I'd ask you why you brought this, but you brought this because of a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but then I read the review and I thought there's actually something interesting about like the like what the figure of the kind of like bad boy chef.
Yes.
How that fits into the culture.
Yes.
Because there's something of the attempt at Anthony Bourdainism.
Exactly.
With this.
Yes.
But it's the spectre of Anthony Bourdain looms so large. Is there room for another bad boy chef in the culture?
This is
and
it.
Can he be English really?
Yes, he cannot, and he cannot be called Alistair.
No.
He can't be called Alistair. But I think you're right. Actually, Alistair's got a pretty difficult job because he's talking about addiction and he's trying to be a bad boy chef. And like you say, Anthony Bourdain has the chef. I mean, I know Anthony Bourdain did loads of drugs, but Anthony Bourdain has the bad boy chef image, and A.A. Gill has the incredibly talented writer talking about alcoholism and addiction as well. So I think Alistair's got his work cut out for him.
Yes, and you need to be a kind of barbed wit to kind of pull that off, and it doesn't seem like he's a barbed wit.
No, cut price prosecco.
Cut price prosecco. It doesn't stick right to the heart of the. It's not particularly evocative of anything. Like what does he's talking about being in a cork strip club.
A cork strip club. Sticky carpet
prosecco.
Of a cork.
That doesn't evoke that. There's not like a clear through line painting of a picture there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. But I should say, maybe this is just one review from the fucking Telegraph.
Yeah, exactly.
They fucking hate everything, so it might be good.
Stupid cunts.
Yeah.
Unless they're coming to the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes,
between the 5th and the 30th of August, and they want to come, and they don't compare me to any other gay comedian.
Or Anthony Bourdain.
Or Anthony Bourdain.
A.A. Gill.
They can compare me to Anthony Bourdain. He's Catholic coded.
Is he? Actually, you've got a bit of a look of Anthony Bourdain, actually.
Look.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think he's got similar hair to you. Well, Dom, this has been a fantastic news program.
Thank
you so much for
We've covered
bringing
the headlines. I do think.
Yeah. It's been 3 fascinating headlines. I think, we'll view the World Cup, whoever wins, in a slightly different way now.
Yeah.
If it's not England, it's because of Catholicism. So
yeah, and also corruption. And if it's
sure,
and if England do win, it's also because of Catholicism. Because I would like them to.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So Dom, just before we go, would you like to remind our audience what your Fringe show is called and where they can see it?
Hello, everyone. My name's Dom McGovern. You might have heard me talk about such things as Catholicism and Amber Rudd. She's done well out of this podcast, actually. She's out of this episode.
She has.
We're bringing up her name more than it might have been in other situations.
It's true, and it's been overwhelmingly positive for her. It shouldn't be, though. It shouldn't be.
Has it? When I said y'all heard of the Windrush scandal, I wasn't saying it was good. I'd like to clarify the truth. In my opinion, Windrush scandal really bad, actually.
Actually, you are right. I just meant more. We should have gone in on her because she was awful. But one passing reference to one of the greatest scandals of that's hit Britain of the 21st century, I think is probably enough.
Yeah.
Where is your show?
My show is called Prize Hog. It's on at the Edinburgh Fringe every single night at 8:30 at the Pleasance Courtyard, Bunker 1. Every night except the 18th. So please do come. I would love to see anyone and everyone there.
And where can people follow you, Dom?
Dominic McGovern on Instagram, DOMINIC MZGOVERN. And on TikTok, such a good question. I'm on there too. And I'm on Twitter. Maybe I tweet like once every 2 months.
Fantastic.
And I'm on LinkedIn.
Brilliant. Well, do make sure...
Oh, and Substack.
Oh, and Substack. Well, go and follow Dom on any and all of those.
Thank you so much.
Dominic McGovern, thank you so much for coming on The Truth in My Opinion.
Thank you for having me.